Hi everybody, thank you for joining the Aura and the SharingCloud webinar today. Just a quick high-level agenda. We'll go through some introductions of who you're going to hear on the call today. Myself, Adam Wilson, I'll do a quick, literally 2 slides on an Aura overview. Hopefully most of you will know who I am and who Aura are, but we'll just cover that quickly. And then we'll get straight into the SharingCloud demo, which Felix from SharingCloud is going to cover off. And then we'll move into a Q&A session. All I would say is, look, we're more than happy to cover off any questions as we go along. So if anybody does have any questions, then feel free just to sort of do the raise hand function or use the chat or the Q&A function. More than happy for this to be an interactive session. And, you know, if there is anything that you'd like to know as we go along, feel free to stop us. So just way of introduction, my name's Adam Wilson. I'm one of the board directors here at Aura, and I look after our global sales for audiovisual and digital media. I'll be taking you through the couple of Aura slides, and Felix from SharingCloud will also be on the call. So I'll just pass over to Felix so he can just have a quick welcome.
Yes, thanks a lot, Adam. Nice to see you all here on this call today. I'm Felix. I'm the head of the global channel at SharingCloud. And I'm very excited to be presenting WorkplaceToBe today in partnership with our distributor Aura in the UK. Over to you.
Thanks, Felix. And just I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I just wanted to cover off a quick high-level overview on the Aura value proposition, just so everybody is aware of the parts that we cover. Obviously, we are focusing on the digital workspace side of things today with our partnership with SharingCloud. If you just click onto the next slide, please, Felix. And then ultimately, our go-to-market strategy is all around a digital workplace and more of a workspace. So whether that's a corporate office, a university, or a retail shop or a stadium, for us, it's all about transforming that workplace to enable better working environments for staff, colleagues, visitors. So really the 4 pillars that we look after is workplace transformation, obviously more important now than ever. So creating and delivering these innovative workplaces where the technology actually just works. We try and look at consulting with our customers to really understand the need, problem or pain, and then putting a full end-to-end solution around that. The next pillar is the workspace and collaboration, very much what we're talking about today to help create agile working environments. So that covers, you know, audio-visual solutions, video conferencing, Teams, Zoom rooms, and obviously the digital workspace solution that we're going to talk about around SharingCloud today. So booking and managing spaces, making sure those spaces are used efficiently, and then giving all of the reporting and analytics on the back end of that to allow you to make business decisions based on real world data. Next pillar is visual communications. Again, with disparate workforces nowadays, it's super important that we can communicate with our colleagues, whether they're in the office or not. So digital signage onto displays or into laptops, mobile devices, again, is something that we've been helping our customers with for a number of years. And then lastly is our print and workflow division. So again, this is around reducing costs, reducing print, trying to go as paper light as possible, and again, increasing business productivity. You know, for us, it's all around the full end-to-end solution. So we help understand the need, problem or pain, implement the technology solution that is actually required, and then help with the support and service after the installation. And for us, it is about outcomes. You know, we're not for technology's sake. For us, it is all around understanding what the customer actually needs. Feel free to flick through all of these, Felix, and I'll cover them really quickly. But oops. So for us, it's all about understanding how we can get our customers working better, so within their organizations, allowing you to be agile in what you're trying to achieve. Again, especially at the moment as things are constantly changing, real estate strategies are up in the air. So we try and help you create an agile, resilient working environment. And again, a lot of it has to do with user experience. If the user experience in the office is poor, they will be deterred from coming back to the office. So it's super key that all of these systems are very simple to use, that they do just work when they are needed, and that they are very reliable. And then lastly, from us, we have a big ESG sustainability focus. Obviously comes from our print division, where we try and save paper, go paper light, but it now goes across the entire business. So we have a very keen ESG proposition, and then we have a head of director of that business as well. So that's it really. I know some of you are already Aura customers, so it's great to see you again on the call. I'm going to pass over to Felix, but just a bit about the Aura and SharingCloud relationship. We've been working with SharingCloud now. We see them as the market leader in digital workspace solutions. We've worked with them for 10 years and delivered solutions globally. So, really, we're here to help you as the customer implement and process and configure and roll out any type of SharingCloud solution. Again, some of the existing SharingCloud customers that we've got on the call, what you're going to see today is additive, it's new, and it can be implemented into your existing systems. And again, alongside SharingCloud, we would be here to help you with that journey as required. So if that's it for me. I'm going to pass over to Felix now and sort of get straight into the solution and the demo. But as I say, any questions as we're going along, please feel free to stop us, and we're happy to help as we go along.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Felix.
Thanks a lot, Adam. And one more time, good to see you all on the call today. At SharingCloud, with the expert in smart office solutions, we do cover the whole building, but also the employee. And we help them, we ensure that their journey is as smooth as possible. Few words first. Where you can find SharingCloud on the building? Well, almost everywhere. But there is some fact that back to the office is no reality. And that brings a lot of question on the motivation and why do the employee want to come back in the office. In few words, what we have seen is people want to come back in the office to meet their colleagues face-to-face again and create some social link. These are the first main points. The other one is how they want to have more efficiency in their collaboration by doing some physical meetings where we are all sit in the same meeting rooms, and the collaboration is definitely different, and also the discussion are different than being virtually connected like we are today. One of the main things also about this is feel free to interact one more time. We want this to be almost as physical. So if you have any question, raise your hands, unmute yourself, and feel free to talk. So to answer the needs of the users and help them to achieve a better collaboration and also creating a social link, we have been creating WorkplaceToBe. WorkplaceToBe is the employee service hub. It has been built around 5 main times of the day of the employees. For example, I will take kind of a concrete story, but trust me, it won't be long. I will go straight to the live demo right after. But for example, on the Sunday evening, I will look at where do I sit? Do I'm working in the office or do I'm working remotely? I can very easily consult my agenda from the application, know if I've got any meetings, if I've got some Zoom or Teams calls and everything. When I'm in the office, I will optimize the interaction that I've got with my colleagues by spending some good time with them. I can locate them. I can book a dining space for them and for us. I can make sure that everything is smooth in the office by reporting any issue if I can see an HDMI cable, for example, which is broken or whatever. During the midtime, I will look at my enterprise tools, like I need to declare my leave because I will be on PTO next week. So I will have access to my HR application. I will be able to declare also my expenses. So everything from one central hub of services. Around 5 p.m., I will look at my agenda again. I will look at what I've got to plan, and I can see that Adam is coming in my office tomorrow. So I will make sure that I declare Adam as a visitor for tomorrow, and he's a guest and he's warmly welcome when you arrive. And before I leave the company, I will be able to look at the information of the building. I will be able to look at the information of my company to stay focused and make sure that I've not missed any important information. This is how we see the journey of the employee. I will go straight away into the demonstration. Today, I will talk about the Flex Office and the Office Presence, how we can support yourself to manage and better manage the hybrid world that we are living today in. For this, I will be using two tools today, the WorkplaceToBe mobile application, which will be a live demonstration, and the WorkplaceToBe add-in for Outlook. The idea of these two tools, one more time, is to make the life of your employees way easier. So I will go straight to the live demo. So here we go. I will cast my phone. Make sure everyone can see my lovely daughters. I've got two, the night are short. So as you can see at the bottom here, I've got the workplace. Everyone can see my screen yet? That's fine. Adam, can you confirm? Yep, perfect. So at the bottom here, I've got the WorkplaceToBe application. As soon as I open it, I do arrive on my agenda. WorkplaceToBe is fully synchronized with Outlook, Exchange, and Google Agenda. So the first thing is I can very easily have a view of my day in the office and all the meetings that will happen today. This is one very easy shortcut to get access to your day. As I've declared the presence, my presence in the office, I can very easily also see my colleagues that are on site. So for example, I will take Georges Etienne, is on site, and I can have more information. Georges Etienne is not anymore in the company. So that was the wrong example to take. I will take Salma. Salma is in the office today. I've got access to her details. I've got access to the map. So I know where she's sitting in the building. And I will come back to this feature right after. And I can very easily give her a call or open a Teams chat. All right. I won't show you my chat with her. Here we go. So I've got the plan. I know exactly where she is sitting. I can see if the other desks close to her are free. This takes me really a second to see. When I go to my meetings of the day, for example, I will be able to enter the invitation that I've received. I will have the details of the invitation. I can see who have accepted or declined the calls. And same, I can very easily join the meeting straight from my WorkplaceToBe application. Back to my agenda. As you can see at the top, I've declared that I'm working in the office. This is linked to the office presence and do I'm working at home, remotely, or in the office. So the second choose here at the bottom, which is my colleagues, will give me access to different layers of groups. The first group that I've got are a group that I have been creating myself. I can create a new one, for example, and I'll create a gym buddies group. I will add a few of my colleagues that I'm doing sport with. Nils, for example, I'm gonna add Elias, for example, and Salma. This group is purely a personal one. That means this group will not be shared with these three people. It's just for me to have an easy view and see that yesterday we were all in the office, so we were able to go to the gym together. You've got another layer of groups that can be created. Those groups can be created by top management to say, okay, I'm creating a group for my team and I'm able to declare if they are in the office or they can work remotely. This, obviously, these have some condition and it's not they can't do it day one from day two, but there is rules that you can apply to your company. Okay. If I take the example of Salma again, so she's on my Gym Buddies group, but she's also on my sales group, for example. So I can see her here and I can see that she is in the office and the little blue dot means she's in the office but on top of this, she have booked a desk. So very easily, I know that she is in Boulogne, which is one of our office. We've got 2 locations. She will be on the floor number 2, and she have booked the desk number 7. If I don't know which is the desk number 7, I access the map very easily and I can look at it. I can see that the desk in front is free, and I can also see that we've got a box, which is a phone booth, that is free for the rest of the day. Okay. Back to my agenda. I do work with Salma. We have a meeting and I want to see if there is the room, for example, Rosa Park, which is one of my favorites, which is free. So what I will do is I will be able to go on the room. So have a very easy search bar and look at what are the tools in the room. Do they have video conferencing system? Is it accessible for the wheelchair because my friend just broke his leg? Where is it located on the building? And what I can do now is, as you can see at the bottom, I can very easily book the room for a period of the time during the day. So I can see that this is free for the whole day. I can say Salma, Felix, catch up, for example. And I will book it for 11:25 to 11:55. That's perfect. It's automatically booked. My booking have been processed for the room Rosa Park. Okay. And on my booking, I will find it and make sure that I've got it. If I go back to my agenda again, as you can see, I now can see it on my agenda as Salma Felix catch up within the room Rosa Park. All right. Back to the room. So they are located on the map, and you can see now it's red. It was green before, but I can also report an issue because we went to the room and we've got an issue with the informatic and something is not working. It's very high and I've got a big issue. And I can submit this. This is linked to your internal, it's not a SharingCloud features. What we do is we take your IT system and we include it into this application. That's why we start to be a hub of application, because as you can see, we have already seen the integration with Office 365 and the integration with your support application, for example. When I go to the Office presence, what I will be able to do is, for example, Thursday, I'm not working remotely finally. I will be offsite in the morning, traveling to Aura, and in the afternoon, I will be in the office. Automatically, when I book the office, I'm able to choose my favorite desk and book my desk. As you can see, my office presence I've changed for tomorrow as traveling in the morning and in the office in the afternoon with a desk book. You've got always access to a very easy search. So for example, if I do flow, I'm looking for all the flow in the company. So I will have flow and I can go for Florence and easily search for her and know exactly where she is located in the building and everything. Those two first buttons are linked to your diary and to your colleague's office presence. The plus button, which is at the bottom, will give you access to quick actions. This is fully customizable. We at SharingCloud are able to declare office presence and also declare a guest in the office. So I will be able to create a visit and I can create a guest. I probably already have created Adam. No. So I will add a new guest, which is Adam, is from Aura. I'm going to put my email address. That's going to be easier. Is external and everyone can see that he's coming to the office. He is coming for visit. Adam, sorry, Wilson. And Adam is coming. Automatically, I've got Adam coming to the office. I will be able to say he's coming to Boulogne for the whole day on Wednesday. And I'm the host. Purpose of the visit is a visit friendly. As soon as I'm submitting this, either Adam will receive an email, and also my reception desk is receiving an email saying, you need to be aware that Adam is coming. So when you arrive, please give a call to Felix. What we can also do in the quick action is we can request a guest Wi-Fi, for example. We can have all the interactive maps, so I can see the floors. I can see if there is meeting rooms that are bookable and everything. But there is a lot of different features, and one more time, this is fully customizable. What we do is we do a lot of booking, obviously. So I've got the ability to book a meeting room, a box, a desk, a parking spot. So we do manage parking also, a bike. We have shared bike at SharingCloud, and you can very easily take a bike for the day when you go on a customer visit. But we can also, for example, book the lockers. We are working with some lockers OEMs, and we are able to say, okay, you are in flex office, so your users need to book their parking spot, their desk, their meeting room, but also a place to put their helmet, for example, when they come by bike. So they can book a lockers, which is digitally, and that they can book from the application, but also open from the application if they want to drop something in. I don't know if there's any hands raised at the moment or any question, but one more time, feel free to unmute yourself if you have to. The two buttons at the right, Inform Me and My Tools. The Inform Me is what we call the employer's employee communication. That will be the information that my company is trying to share with me. So for example, we've got this is linked to our SharePoint. So we will have our technology partners. Sorry, it's in French, but it's because the main company is in French. But we will have the main partner that we do work with. I will be able to have some information about the office life. So we've got a welcome guide. So if I go on the welcome guide, I can very easily access it. These are information that my employers will share with me. We can attach the social wall, for example. This is a webinar we are actually on. You can attach a Twitter wall. You can attach any information basically that you want. And based on this, we also sometimes want to share important information. So you are able to send push notification to all your employees saying, I don't know, we've got the visit of Adam tomorrow in the office. Please make sure that everything is clean, or make sure that your desk are not busy, or any information that you want to share that are very important. You are now able to easily communicate with all your employees. The last bit at the right, My Tools, will be the information that I want to share with my employers. And these are, for example, my expenses. We have not developed an expenses application, as you can imagine. That's not our job. But we do take the API from a third-party application that we include into our WorkplaceToBe hub of application. We can include, for example, Jira. We do use Jira for our HR and IT requests, or ServiceNow. The idea is to have everything centralized within one application. If I take this group at the bottom, those are only 6 out of the 12 applications that we do use at SharingCloud. And the beauty of these is those 12 applications are all linked here, but you can also attach whatever you want. So for example, we can attach a Microsoft form. As I say, we can attach a Jira request. We can attach any information about the Sharing Club, for example. So the idea is these are fully customizable based on your needs and what you want to share with your customer. What we know is I'm working in Boulogne, and in Boulogne, I want to have this information. But the other entity, which is in Nantes, but also attached to SharingCloud, they probably don't have the same needs of information. So we are able to create what we call universe at SharingCloud. So I'm actually on the Boulogne universe, and I'm able to say, okay, I will be traveling to Nantes tomorrow. I want to know what is the menu, for example, at the canteen. And those kind of information is something that you are able to filter based on the location where you are. So we have, for example, the Twitter feed. We can also have some information about the website of the Ville de Nantes, and we know exactly what we can do on. When you go on your profile, you will also have some statistics. Those statistics are my personal one, but for an IT, for example, manager, it will be able to collect some information about the number of desks that have been booked, the number of parking space. If there is any no-show, that's pretty bad from me. I've booked 6 resources, and I've never been in the room, for example. I've never confirmed that I was at the location. So we have some rules at SharingCloud that say if you are not in the meeting room or not at your desk and have confirmed your presence after 15 minutes, it automatically releases the resource, so you don't have any ghost meeting or very few ghost meetings. This was the information about the WorkplaceToBe application. And I know we don't have too much time, so I will be switching now to, I've shown you the WorkplaceToBe Mobile application. I will now show you the Outlook application, the add-in. Oh, there we go. Oh, there is a question. Yes, absolutely. I can absolutely. I will show you, Alex, right after how you can do some room direction within the building, and I will show you right. I will prep it and I will show it to you at the end after the demo of the add-in. Okay.
I think Felix as well. It's probably worth just
showing now.
Everybody, no, just making everybody aware that what you are showing is the live system that you guys use every day. It's not a demo site. It's the actual real. It's available now, and it's actually what you guys use, as do we in our office. So there's nothing here that's not available, or it's all, this is all real and being used at the moment.
Absolutely, this is not a demo environment. What you can see are my real colleague, not fake one.
It was just a question that somebody asked me on the thing, was somebody said, is this available now? And just to be clear, it's absolutely available now. What Felix is showing is their live working system that they use every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely, this is absolutely live. As you can see, this is a real webinar where we are right now in. This is my real colleagues also. Those people are all alive and they all talk sometimes. So yeah, this is available for tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. There is a hands raise. Halali. Yeah.
Hi, Felix. Thank you. I'm not sure if you covered it, but is it? Do you have to physically check in, or can it be integrated with maybe the Wi-Fi network to know that you're there and check you in automatically?
So not with the Wi-Fi network yet, and I'm not sure this is on our roadmap at the moment, because I don't know how we can deal with this regarding GDPR and everything. It can be so you can declare your presence when you arrive in the meeting room from the room pad, for example. This is a room that we have. This is a room pad. This is a small 12 inches screen, which is in front of the meeting room. So when I book this meeting room, and I can probably, let me check if I don't have it here. So if I book the meeting room, when you booked it, will confirm that you arrive in the meeting room. For a desk, for example, you can have some small QR code which are attached to the desk. And if you just scan this QR code, and I can show you what that looks like. Here we go. You can see the two now. So if I take my phone, oh, that's me, and I just scan the QR code when I arrive in the office. I'm not connected to it, so I don't know if that's gonna work. It may work. So I will go until the end of the demo because I think it's interesting. So when you arrive, you have pre-booked your desk. This will say, okay, the desk is booked for Felix. Please confirm your presence. What I will do is I will just book it for now, for an hour. And when I've scanned it from my phone, and that will automatically turn red and say, yeah, Felix, with my pictures, I've booked it and it's confirmed.
Understood.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Brilliant.
to answer the question of the room direction, I will do it now because we are, as we say, it's an interactive session and there is no real line for it. So from the room pad, you are able to get access to the issue. Same thing that I just showed you earlier, the screen display, for example, but you also have access to the map. So right now I'm on the room pad of the room Mozart. Room Mozart is, as you can see, you are here. So we are here. If I say, okay, the room Mozart is busy and I want to go on the break room, for example, I can book it, but I can also say, okay, go there. And automatically I will have a small animation saying, okay, step 1, go to the elevators, reach floor 0, rez-de-chaussée. And then when you arrive here, go to the room break. Okay. And then you can also do this, for example, for a car on a car park. If you rent cars or if you have a pool of cars, you can say, okay, I've booked the car number 6. How do I go there from where I am? Same, that's gonna be the same story. Go to the elevators, go to the floor car park, and then go to car number 6. I hope that you answer the question you had earlier. I don't have all the information, but yeah. Okay, back to the add-in. The idea of the add-in is to, from Outlook, which is something that everyone knows, give the abilities for the users to do much more. And when I say much more is, let me create a new meeting. Automatically, when I create a new meeting, you all know this interface. Well, this is the new Outlook. I don't know if you're already using it or not, but that's exactly the same on the old one. On the top here, I've got the WorkplaceToBe logo. So I will click on it. That's gonna open the add-in. And what we can see now is we have different rooms, which are my favorites, that are linked to a capacity and a location. Okay. So I will do a demo for Adam. Sorry, Adam, you're my victim today. I will be inviting Adam. And for example, I will say, okay, there is Adam, but there are also more people, and we'll be around 6 people in the room. As you can see, the room that was Marie Curie here just disappear because that do not match the capacity that I'm asking for. So I know we're gonna be 6 people in the room. And if I do the time for now, that should not appear, as you can see, because I just booked it earlier. It's really to show you that this is a live session. As I've booked it during the demo with the phone, it's not available for now anymore. So I will book it for 12:30. I think it won't be available still. So 1. Oh, favorite meeting rooms are not available. So let's go for 2 p.m. I want to find it again. Yeah, here we go. So I've got the room Rosa Park here that you can all see. So I know it's available, so I will select it. So automatically this add me the meeting room. And you can see that I've got blue dots coming here on the services. So I will go and look at the services. Adam is coming from 2 to 2:30. This is perfect time for a coffee or a tea. And this room have services available. The services can be anything. I'm gonna talk about food right now, but I will give you a concrete example right after about something that we can do. So Adam is coming. I'm gonna take 2 bottles of water and 2 coffee. And I want them to be delivered at 2 p.m., right when we start. This is allocated to myself, Felix. So that means the allocation code that I put here goes to our system, which is our internal system, or someone that then place the order for the food and bring the coffee on the room. and they will say, okay, these 2 coffee and 2 bottles of water have to be invoiced against Felix, okay? Because this is my implementation code. And I want a very hot coffee, please. Next, we want it because we have already it with Adam, but what I want is the room to be set up differently. I want the room to be as an assembly for 24 people. That's going to be on FG1 again, because this is something I have to pay for. But I want this to be done probably earlier because I don't want them to do it while I'm here. So I want it for 1:15. Next, that is absolutely perfect. My service are ready. I just need to send the invitation. One thing I've not done is I've not declared that Adam is coming in my building. So what I will do is I will declare Adam as a guest one more time. So that's going to be Adam Wilson. Here we go. Company is Aura. Is an external and no info. Okay. And I just have to click next. He is going to be welcome in Boulogne, same than earlier. I just create the visit. And Adam, I've just received an email. I can see that you are looking at your email saying, oh, you have been invited to this meeting. There is question again. I will come back, Sami. I will let you answer. And if there is anything, is there an option to upload? Yes, there is. So for example, I'm working with a big manufacturer of vegetables in France, which is called Roquette. It's a big group of 10,000 people, and they do visits of the manufacturer. So what is great is when you do, when they plan a visit of the manufacturer, the people first have to go in a room which is called Roquette Room Visiting Management System, whatever. They will book the room from their Outlook, and they are ordering the cap, the vest, all the sanitary stuff for the people. And when they arrive in the room for their visit, everything is pre-set up. So in terms of services, we have put tea, coffee, and food, but the reality is that everything is configurable. Based on what you already have from your side in terms of services, we are able to implement it into it. And the only thing I have to do now is just to send the invitation and everything will be booked. Well, I've been showing you, and we are good on time, so that's perfect. I've been showing you the WorkplaceToBe application from the mobile and the add-in. What is coming soon is the web portal. We know not everyone wants to install an application on their personal phone sometime, or we also know that not everyone is using Outlook. So we have, I would say, a nice mix of the web, of the mobile app and the Outlook add-in coming into a web portal that where you will have the company news update, for example, the services, you will be able to order services for a room, and all basically the office presence, declare your colleagues and everything based on a web portal. This will be a good occasion for us to meet on another webinar. And I will go back here. All these, for those that already know SharingCloud and used to know SharingCloud for the room pad, the guest pad, the groom pad, which are screen in front of the room or at the reception desk or at the entrance of the building or in front of a box, maybe a little bit surprised because we've not talked a lot about hardware, but WorkplaceToBe is a super add-on to all the existing hardware that you may have already. That will give some ease to book those rooms. That will also be a complete solution now for your whole employee and building. So keep in mind, we still do room booking system, desk booking system. We still do digital signage, communications, but WorkplaceToBe is the super add-on for the whole building and employee experience. I think it's time, Adam, to take some questions. I don't know if there is any question. I'm gonna stop sharing.
I'm answering them, Felix, as we go along. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on everything.
Okay, everyone can see the answer. I will propose that if anyone have a live question, feel free to unmute yourself and ask it. That would be perfect.
Felix, one of the questions was around the Outlook configuration. I don't know if you have it as a demo, but any configuration or integration with Google. I don't know if you've got
with
that
Google
to show.
So yeah, we
go, Sammy. Go,
sorry,
go.
We integrate with Google. We integrate with Office 365. Office 365 use the Graph API, which is the latest and most secure and most the fastest way to integrate with Outlook. We use Outlook as the single source of truth. So when we book, we check with Outlook first whether the resource is booked or not. If it is booked, the first thing we do is we write it in Outlook. Then we tell the person who booked it, yes, the booking is confirmed. If somebody books that room via another methodology, for example, they use Room Finder, they go straight. As soon as they book it, our system will know automatically about it immediately. And then we, for example, change the status of the room from green to red on the map. So it's real-time communication, and Outlook is the single source of truth. We don't have a booking engine where we do our booking, then we don't tell Outlook. It's exactly the opposite. Whatever happens in Outlook is what we reflect and what we do. It's the same thing with Google Suite. Google Suite don't use obviously the Graph API, but actually they were slightly ahead of Outlook of Microsoft, but it's exactly the same setup. Does that answer the question?
I think so. And there's a question about the room navigator, the room finder. In fact, Room Finder and SharingCloud are both linked to your Office 365 tenant or your Google tenant. So they are using the same resource account. So if you booked it straight from the room pad or from the WorkplaceToBe application or from the Room Finder, in fact, this is always the same resource. So if you booked it from WorkplaceToBe, it won't be able to be booked anymore from the Room Finder or from straight from the room, because they are all linked, in fact, to the same resource email address.
I think that's one of the key features of SharingCloud is this live synchronization and the single source of truth. You know, other systems on the market we've seen where they don't do that, so you can end up booking in a software tool and booking in Outlook and things like that, and you get conflicts. So it's definitely one of the sort of USPs, I guess, of SharingCloud, this live synchronization. So there is always just this sort of single source of truth.
Exactly.
Sammy, I don't know if you want to reply to the questions on the chat, if it's easier for you than typing.
Yeah, can we work with Zoom too? So yes, we can configure the meeting rooms as what we call Zoom rooms. So basically, practically, when you book a room, we book a Zoom meeting as well. And when the meeting starts, the Zoom starts, the Zoom conference starts, we do the same with Teams. And I think we're working on WebEx as well, but Zoom and Teams, I know we definitely do them. And then when you list the rooms, you'll see that that room has a Zoom. It's a Zoom room or is a meeting room. You can search for rooms which have that capability, etc., etc.
We also have that here at our London showroom as well. It might be worth just pointing that out, that Aura have a London showroom that has SharingCloud on all of the features we've spoken about today, and it working live. So the maps, the e-tags, the app, Zoom rooms, team rooms, all integrated with the hardware. So if anyone ever wants to see any of that working live, you're obviously welcome to come to the London office and see that working live.
Another question from Rebecca. So we have literally 4 types of rooms. These are like some of the types. So you have rooms that can be booked by anyone, these standard ones. We have rooms which can be booked by anyone. They have nominated person who can cancel that booking. These, for example, if you have the finance department, they have access to 2 meeting rooms, they have first dibs on them, but everybody else can book them if finance doesn't need them. So I can book that room, but if somebody from finance needs that room, when I booked it, they can kick me out. That's the second type. The third type are rooms you can submit a booking request, but somebody has to approve it. And then we nominate the people who can approve that request. So you submit the booking request. You can see those very clearly labeled on the interface. So you submit your booking request, somebody will approve it. If it gets approved, you have it. If the person turns it down, then you don't have it. We have a 4th type of rooms which can only be booked or seen by certain people in the company. So only a group of people can see them and can book them. And a lot of other cases in between. Once again, that's one of the strengths we have, is we can cope with all of these use cases. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. Looks like yes. Well, one more time. Aura we are very lucky at SharingCloud to have Aura as an official distributor in the UK for all the SharingCloud solutions. They have a very nice showroom in their office, central of London. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they are always happy to receive you and make a live demo to you, to your colleagues, and answer any questions. I will be personally 28th and 29th of August, 29th and 30th of August at Aura office. So if you want to meet with Aura, with SharingCloud directly, we will be very happy to share a coffee or a beer, depending on the time. I'm from the north of France, that's why. But yeah, if you want any live demo, being able to touch the product, we also know it's important. And one more thing that I want to tell you, you can request a demo environment of the WorkplaceToBe solution. So this is not configured on your tenant or with your own credential and everything. These are fake colleagues, not me, not like me. These are fake meeting rooms, but that can help you to navigate on the application and understand how it works. We all know that it's important sometimes to touch the product and try the application. So if you want to try it, feel free to go back to Adam, Mark, all the Aura team, your sales rep at Aura, and we will send you the procedure to be able to download it and make your try. Adam, I will let you conclude this.
Yeah, thanks, Felix. No, I think you covered it. But one of the points I was going to raise was that we're going to have an open house on the 29th and 30th of August. Felix and I and some of the other team will be around to bit of an open house and SharingCloud. So if you want to pop along and as Felix said, have a look at more things in depth or the hardware. And again, to echo Felix's point, if you want to follow on session to learn a bit more or understand how these new features can work with your particular environment, and you want a follow-up meeting with myself, Felix, Sammy, and the team, please just let me know. Happy to kind of follow up with further demos or more technical information as needed. But yeah, I guess from us, a big thank you for everybody attending. I know everyone's busy, so really appreciate your time. I do hope it was useful. Thank you for the questions as well. Always helps when these sessions go 2 ways. So really appreciate the engagement. That's it from us, really.
There is one question from Sajad, if you're happy.
Oh, sorry.
Exactly, I can see a hand raised.
Okay.
Sorry.
There you go, Sajad. Just need to unmute right there.
You're on mute, I think. No?
Sorry, it didn't come up on my screen. I couldn't see his hand raised.
Need to unmute.
Well, some technical issues sometimes. Sajad, if you have any specific question, you've got, I'm sure you've got anyone details at Aura or SharingCloud. So feel absolutely free to send us animate directly, and would be very pleased to help you.
No worries. Maria, am I correct in saying the recording of this session will be available to download for those that have attended?
We will send the link to everyone. Yes.
Okay. Brilliant. Super. Well, look, I think that's it. 8 minutes ahead of schedule. You do better than I do, Felix. I tend to go on and on. So thank you to the SharingCloud team, and obviously a big thank you to all the customers that have attended today. And like I said, anything else that we can help with or any further info,